Peace, y'all. 1 2 1 2. Campaign live. Campaign live early edition. We'll be back on later this evening, but I just wanted to hop on the little lunchtime since I ain't been on here in a day or so. We was celebrating and observing the 148th birth anniversary of Master W.D. Fard Muhammad, who is the founder of the Nation of Islam in the Wilderness of North America, founded July 4th, 1930, during the Independence Day celebration of America. And I was waiting yesterday with actually the 25th and the 26th. I was kind of quiet and had my eyes and ears open, trying to see if there would be any significant news that the enemy would have to announce regarding, like I said, anything significant that would have taken place on February 25th or February 26th. Yesterday, February 25th, was the 50th anniversary of the physical departure of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad from among us. The date where, it appeared that he died February 25th, 1975. So 2 days ago was marked the 50th anniversary of that, and keep that in mind, that 50-year mark. And yesterday, which is the 148th birth anniversary of Master W.D. Fard Muhammad, that's February 26th. So I thought that something significant would happen in the news, especially among the enemy, because I've been telling y'all that this is the end of grace. This is the end of their grace, our grace and their grace. So I also was aware that the dragon and his media wouldn't publicly promote nothing unless they was absolutely forced to. They would never promote nothing that would give the followers of the NOI something to celebrate. Something to celebrate about that would boost our faith, knowing that something super significant happened on either one of those 2 days, the 25th, the day before yesterday, or yesterday, the 26th. So, if anything did happen or was to happen, that they was going to hide it and not say nothing about it. But, this was something that if you see the title of this and you see the thumbnail, this was something that is extreme significance if you're wise and you sensitive and you know how to hear and see the communications of God or the gods in a hint or in a sign. Then what this Gene Hackman thing is to you, especially if you're a member of the NOI, and matching the dates and his age and a lot of stuff. But yeah, we're gonna go into that real quick. And you see that the title says Gene Hackman dies. I first of all do not mock death. I do not mock people that died. I don't mock the angel of death. So this is in no way a mockery of Gene Hackman. I just understand it as a direct communication from the God that established the NOI and made itself known exactly 95 years ago. Well, in July 4th, it'd be 95 years. But the fact that Gene Hackman was born in 1930 and passed away yesterday on the Savior's birthday, and his name was Gene. That's the nickname and the middle name of Minister Farrakhan, Louis Eugene, formerly Walcott, right? But his wife called him Gene, still calls him Gene. His mother called him Gene. His brother, you may well not be pleased with his brother, and family members called him Gene. So Gene is also the name of the main character of the X-Men. I believe it was a woman, and the Messiah is styled as a woman in the Bible, and she stood between the destruction and using her power to hold back the destruction from her people. and sacrificed her life. You know, if you're familiar with the X-Men movie with Jean, what happened to Jean. So you see, I'm a rapper. You know, this is one of the things about rapping and just being aware and being open to imagination and suggestions and, you know, ideas that we're able to pull out of the ether, pull out of the atmosphere. Some people could call it reaching. You know, a lot of people say, yeah, y'all moves and be trying to connect too many dots and, you know, this and that. And, you know, like, I mean, maybe so. Maybe I'm reaching. Maybe this is a reach. But it says Gene Hackman dies, a sign of no more hacking of the Superman's gene. If you from my generation and you know Gene Hackman's number one character, main character that he was known for, if you from my generation, was Lex Luthor, the arch enemy of the Superman. Whoever the Superman is, you know, matter of fact, this was the Superman that we familiar with. But, you know, is that really the Superman? Or is that really the Superman? Gene Hackman. Hackman. So first of all, we can go a little bit into that bio if y'all want to. It says Gene Hackman, who was born Eugene Allen Hackman. Is Hackman a Jewish name? Said he was born in San Bernardino, California, the son of Eugene Ezra Hackman. Those sound like Jewish names to me. And his mother was named Anna. That's my mother's name, Anna. That's a Bible name. That's the mother of Jesus, Hannah, or the mother of Mary. Pardon me, the mother of Mary. So Mary's mother's name was Anna or Hannah. And so those sound like very biblical names, but he was born in 1930, the very same year that our Savior, Master Fard Muhammad, Master W.D. Fard Muhammad, made himself known to the world. This year, 2025, is the 95th year of the existence of the NOI, founded by Master W.D. Fard Muhammad, and is also, you know, the 95th year, would have been or was the 95th year of Gene Hackman's birth anniversary. So I just thought that was very significant. And if you're looking for your communication from your Lord and your God, you know, if our God is this God, then you would have found it with this, among other things, because if this is one of the things that they was hiding, they said that they found him today, right? They found him and his wife today. Matter of fact, I'll show her picture. That's what he's looking like. They found him today. But they deceased. They passed away yesterday. So allegedly they passed away yesterday, which was Savior's Day, February 26th. But they found them today. So I would also take that as a sign that other things happened yesterday and the day before yesterday also that they're just not reporting on, because they know that we're gonna reach, these Muslims gonna do their reaching and putting these puzzle pieces together. But nevertheless, we know what that represents. We know what Gene Hackman represents, that character represents. We know who Superman represents. That's why I got this, you know, this revised version of Michael B. Jordan as the real Superman, because Gene, we know what the scientific term for gene really is, and who's been hacking into our genes, especially in the last 4 or 5 years. 5 years with Fauci, who's been hacking into our genes. For what purpose? To fulfill what agenda? So if this is the end of grace, which I've been saying it is, if it's the end of grace for them, then it's the end of the cursing or the spell that they've been having on us. So if it's the end of grace for them, the wicked, I'm talking about the Satans, because it's the end of grace for us too, if we holding on to them, if we practicing their wickedness, But if we've been enduring and weathering the storm and holding on to the faith and holding on to, you know, uh, being steadfast through our trials and tribulations and poverties and griefs and all this type of stuff and we've been holding on to this Savior, then it's the end of the curse and the spell. The spell and the curse and the kryptonite has been removed from us. The kryptonite, right? The gene hacking of us is being removed now. This is the beginning of all that being removed from us, while it's the beginning of the end of their grace or their time to be able to do that to us. That's what I'm getting out of it. You know, if y'all see something different, you know, you're welcome to say I'm crazy or whatever, but this is not our Superman. This is their Superman, right? This is the time where, you know, that works, where he prevailed, the man of steel, as in Jacob or Yakub playing with two pieces of steel, two pieces of metal, and discovering that one had magnetic in it and the other did not. And from that discovery, it reminded him of his predetermined idea that he was going to make a whole new people opposite of the original black people. And they would be given superpowers to rule the whole planet until the original people produce their own Superman that conquers that Superman. You know, according to these stories, this comic book character, it was that red sun. It was that sun that gave the sun that gave Superman his superpowers, right? That's just something to think about, because we also was taught that in California, since it's where Gene Hackman was born, California is where Hollywood is, and that's where Master Fard Muhammad came and under disguise moved in with a white family and enrolled in the California University, and also infiltrated Hollywood. We are taught that Master Fard Muhammad installed and inserted scientists into Hollywood, script writers, but they was actually scientists of his. You know, they could be white, because he definitely came among white people. He moved in with a white family. And I don't know if y'all familiar that Minister Farrakhan said, and we study, those of us that study L. Ron Hubbard and his teachings of Dianetics and even Scientology, those of us that choose to study into that, we know that we recognize certain specific histories and facts and calculations that Minister Farrakhan said and showed us, that we can recognize that it's quite likely and quite possible, and I believe that Master Fard Muhammad taught L. Ron Hubbard, right? And that's what established that organization and made them, to this day, the most feared, respected, disciplined, wise, intelligent, united group of so-called, you know, science nation of science, because they're Scientologists. They're not into spooks and ghosts and all that. You know, they have some very interesting you know, takes or whatever, or, you know what I'm saying? But we recognize certain things that have been proven true and accurate and correct. And L. Ron Hubbard himself was a script writer and movie writer, a book writer or whatever. But as far as his science and his world travels, he said he got all, you know, his information and his wisdom from the original people, the Asiatics, the original people of the planet. Whether it's in India, whether it's in Africa, he gave all of the credit to the original people, the original indigenous people. So all that being said, Master Fard Muhammad infiltrated Hollywood and set up his own people, angels, scientists. Angels just means supreme, you know, people that's masters in their field and that is successful in performing their function. So the Bible say that the dragon has angels, you know, Michael and his angels. fought against the dragon and his angels, and the dragon's angels did not prevail. So these ain't talking about ghosts and spooks and spirits and invisible entities. These are talking about human beings. So Master Fard Muhammad taught his people, and they became his angels, and he placed them in Hollywood. A lot of Hollywood scripts and movies and TV shows and stuff like that was because of his angels that was there, that he taught or he inspired. And they always put out secret messages. They always was letting you know, just like Harriet Tubman or Nat Turner, Underground Railroad, they was always giving game up and communicating with those that understood that communication, especially the Nation of Islam. We always understood them communications, but it was never time for us to speak on it. But now we speaking on it, and you could take it or leave it. But Gene Hackman, born 1930, died yesterday on the Savior's birthday. And I'm going into, like I said, the significance of the signs that I'm seeing in that, and how he was not successful in defeating the Superman. As you can see the picture on the thumbnail right there. That's what he looks like, or he looked like at the end of his age, end of his life. And this also reminds me of a story that I've been talking about for the last few days regarding this man right here. This is the real Lex Luthor. I'm talking about the man on the left, the real Lex Luthor, right? But he's to give over, his power to his son, his Kal-El, right? But turn of events has, presented this. I seen an article not long ago, a few days ago or whatever, because I was really keeping my eyes and ears open to see, was Allah going to take the Pope? Was he going to take the real Lex Luthor, the real arch enemy, the real anti such and such, right? On his birthday, on the same day that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad departed. The jury is still out to me. I don't believe none of they propaganda, because they said it's the dragons spewed a flood. The flood is false propaganda. The ultimate owner and controller and manipulator of the media and literature is the dragon. So it could be possible that the Pope was taken on the 25th or taken yesterday, and they just won't report about it. They just won't report it. I'm not saying this could be reaching, don't quote me. It's just something that I don't put past them, because I know if it's not just the small hat, it's the original, the father of the small hats that own and control the media. So if the dragon himself gets taken, on the supreme being's birth anniversary, or on the Messiah, Elijah Muhammad's departure anniversary, are they going to report that? We've seen that, he's in critical condition, suffering all of the things that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad suffered from, and all of the things that Minister Farrakhan suffered from. As far as except the cancer, I haven't heard that he had no bout with cancer. I'm talking about this Pope. But if he has deceased, I don't believe that they would report on it, until March. Some say, it's some stuff going on saying that he has departed, and they're not going to report on it until March. And in fact, they're preparing this. Have y'all seen that? They're preparing this. Is that interesting? World prepares for the first black Pope. What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? What does that have to do with that? The flipping of the Superman to the original Superman, and the flipping of the anti such and such to the to put that face on it. Would that be the one that come after us? Would that be the one that come after us? We shall see. We shall see what happens, right? So let me know, man, what y'all think. Is this reaching? Is this entertaining? Is this irrelevant to you? What do y'all think? Let me know, actually. Let me know in the comments, because I'm going to come back later tonight, God willing, and go deeper into it. But for now, like, subscribe, share, give me y'all's thoughts, and let me know what y'all think in the comments, because this is what time it is. This is the subject of the millennium. All right, peace.